hip hop and wrestling.
Brace yourself for the main event.
hiphopandwrestling.com.
Hey.
All right. VSOP, hiphopandwrestling.com. I'm here with my mans.
Stephen Gold.
Yes, sir. We got to talk about Monday Night Raw, the third episode on Netflix. A solid 2 hours and 34 minutes, at least when I was watching it. Did you know that if you watch it like delayed on the replay, you don't see commercials?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that shit is super cool, man. Yeah,
the shit was 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now, I'm assuming that's just a runtime without commercials. Maybe under regular circumstances, every show is that long, but it didn't feel that way, when watching it yesterday. It actually flew by really, really quick because it had so much going on. And it was a good show overall. So I liked it. Did you notice, I think we talked about this, but like the quality is so much better on.
Yeah, I told you, bro, like before you said you was out of town and you watched it on your laptop. Mm-hmm. And that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, man, it looks very just crisp.
Yeah,
like
you would think it was
wild.
4K, but it's not 4K. It's like, so here's the weird thing. Maybe it's just a streaming thing. And I'm noticing it every week because now, I watch AEW. That comes on Max and it comes on TBS, and their other show, Collision, comes on TNT. But both show on Max. And there's a huge difference between watching it on TBS and TNT and watching it on Max. It's way much clearer on Max. Mm-hmm. Also, something I noticed even prior to both of those companies even getting on streaming platforms, Thursday Night Football on Amazon looks way better than all the broadcasts on Fox, CBS, and NBC. I noticed that. When Netflix showed football, it looked way better than the typical broadcast station. So we was watching the playoffs this weekend, and we didn't think at the moment, being that it was like being cast on Peacock as well, the NBC game. I was like, oh shit, we should probably turn to Peacock and see if it looks better. Now, I'm assuming that it probably would, but yeah, it's what the fuck did my camera just do? Anyway, did you see that shit?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you like this camera. It does all the little jerky motions or whatever.
Pause.
Yeah. Shut up. Pause.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
So yeah, but I noticed that the quality is so much better on streaming, which you would think it would be the opposite because of bandwidth. You would think there's more bandwidth coming through your typical cable satellite provider. In my case, I watch YouTube TV, which is also through the internet. But the Netflix and Max broadcasts of wrestling look way much. God damn it.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Way much. That's like saying more.
Very crisp.
It's like saying more better. Way much. Anyway.
More clearer.
Yeah, it's definitely crispy and clear. So I like that a lot. So hopefully maybe SmackDowns they're locked in with USA for a couple more years. So I guess that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I like what I saw. I like the way it's being produced. And they're trying like some new stuff every week, it seems like. So I'm enjoying that as they find their groove. But we're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw. A lot went down. We had some guest appearances, which is something that I expect to happen probably every week or every other week, with one person from one show showing up on the other show. And in some instances, permanent additions or WWE permanent. Nothing is permanent in WWE. And we talked about
nothing lasts forever.
Right. So we'll go ahead and recap the show. But overall, before we get started, how did you enjoy last night's Monday Night Raw?
Once again, man, excited, ready for it. Like had some food ready, man. Like had my little snacks ready when I got a little hungry throughout the episode. Mm-hmm. Was ready to see what Penta was gonna do again because I know they showcasing him right now. Mm-hmm. Was definitely excited about the Seth and McIntyre match, and I'm sure we'll get to that later. But yeah, excited, man. They still coming through, doing their fucking thing, man.
Yeah, it seems as if
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
they're planting so many different seeds for the Royal Rumble, and I like it.
Yes.
They keep throwing me off on who is going to win, and we're going to talk about that, and we'll probably talk about it until the Rumble happens, because as we know, that's when WrestleMania season officially kicks off. But right now we got.
Quick segue. I ain't gonna cut you off. Did you peep that that seed they planted with Dom and Penta?
Yeah, and I when that happened, I was talking to Nick. I was like, Gold called that. I was like, who's Penta's next opponent going to be? Gold said, Dom. Out of everybody, you picked Dom. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I don't have a slide for it, but we'll get there once we talk about the Penta match. But yeah, man, you've been spot on with your predictions lately. So I got to give you your props for that.
I tell you, watch out for my boy Jimmy, man, Big Jimbo, bro.
Big Jimmy,
Big Jimbo.
It's funny because Gunther. Oh, get the fuck out of here with that goddamn no you shit.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
I ain't having that.
We ain't there yet, Gold.
I love Jimmy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love Jimmy.
That shit ain't happening. You know why that shit's not happening? Because Gunther tried to say, Jay, you're no better than Jimmy. That's pretty much what he said when he came down yesterday, right? Matter of fact, he called Jay Uso a dork.
He did.
Fucking ridiculous.
He came out there and said, you out here looking like a damn dork, a fucking a mascot. And I was like, that's what Gunther does, though.
If this how you know, I'm going to cut you up again, bro, but this how you know what's good. When they have you fucking laughing at the shit they be talking, that's how you know the writing is good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Jay came out, had the crowd in the palm of his hand like he usually does, saying, hey, I'm about to take this gold. I'm about to get this belt. I'm about to beat Gunther, become the champ. And here comes Gunther out in his suit with the big title. And he does what he usually does. He talks down to his opponent, tells him that they ain't shit.
You're a funny little man.
Yeah. Like, he likes to belittle. That's Gunther's whole gimmick, is belittling. I really have no idea how this man could ever be a babyface with the way he talks.
Nah, he's a dick.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But he's good at it. He's very good at it. Do you remember when he was in the ring with Bret Hart? He talked about his favorite wrestler was Goldberg.
He said,
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
listen, I bursted out laughing. I was like, yeah, he's been a dick right there.
Yeah, Gunther's the man.
Who the fuck is Bill Goldberg like in anybody's top five? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, look at the slide. This man ain't got on no socks.
Yeah.
That man got on the clam diggers, no socks. That's a champion right there. But him and Jay had a face off. Jay was like, "Yo, don't talk about my brother. I'm coming to get that belt. I'm gonna take it off of you." And he put it in Gunther's face. Pause. He said, "Yo, I've main evented." No, he said one of us has main event at WrestleMania, and it wasn't you. Gunther didn't like that. So at that point, he decided he wanted to throw that cheap shot, had a little kerfluffle, super kicked out the ring. And then, of course, this is the part we didn't want to happen. At least this is the predictable part. Me and Nick was like, don't pick up the title. Don't pick up the title. Don't pick up the title. As soon as he picked it up, I said, he's losing. He ain't about to win.
Yep.
As soon as he picked it up, I was like, yep. That was our sign right there, which is fine. We didn't predict Jay to win anyway. But, sometimes, honestly, most people may have not noticed that. It's just those who've watched the product for decades. Typically, that's the way it works.
They notice it, man. That's them selling the dream, bro.
But
like, even if he doesn't win, that's just like, look, this could possibly happen.
Right.
Like, put it in your mind, it might happen, even though, like, the real ones know, like, that shit ain't happening. But that's them selling the dream, bro.
Yeah. I'm still calling it clean, decisive victory, sloppy powerbomb, out like a light with the sleeper. And you are still predicting shenanigans?
Shenanigans.com/bloodline.
All right. So shenanigans, Gunther is going to keep the title, and then we'll figure out who he's going to go against next. I mean, the possibilities are endless at this point, but what we do know is he's going to walk out of Saturday night's main event still the champ. So we agree on that part. All right, so we finally got to see New Day wrestle as heels, and they put him with the perfect opponent, that being Rey Mysterio, with Xavier Woods at ringside. And they had a really, really good match. There was one spot that scared the shit out of me, though. It was on the outside where it looked like Kofi was trying to go for a powerbomb, and Rey just slipped out of his damn hands and landed on the floor, as if he was supposed to be powerbombed. I thought he was going to like maybe pick him up and get, a head scissors or something into the steps, or maybe throw him into the announce table. But it really looked like he slipped out of his hands, like it was an accident. But what do you think? Do you recall that spot?
Very vaguely, man. But I believe I have to go back and look at that match. But yeah, man. I mean, it happens. The same thing with Logan Paul. Like, remember he like jumped off the rope, and Logan Paul had to catch him because he was about to hit his head.
Oh, Rey Mysterio?
Ray getting up there, bro. So he might, man, hats off. Like, Ray is probably like one of the most carefulest and most experienced performers, like right now in the ring.
Right.
But he's older, bro. So sometimes he might miss a step. You know what I'm saying?
Which is perfectly fine. It happens. Let me find that spot. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Watch this.
Oh yeah.
That part.
He slipped.
Apparently he was perfectly fine. But at first I was sitting here like, yo, let's look at this again real quick. Here we go. Whoa.
He slipped.
Whoa. So yeah. Now granted, they saved it. They were able to save it. If you look.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a professional, went to buy some time. What the fuck? Kofi Kingston's chest.
Yeah.
Now, rumor has it, and we're going to Google this while we're here, because most likely this rumor is not true, but he took like some chops from the Big Show. You know how Big Show does that open-handed chop?
Kingston get a concave chest because of Big Show's chop? You might have noticed that Kofi Kingston's chest looks quite different from other people. Many believe that wrestlers often develop this condition because they take a lot of damage to their chest. However, in reality, this isn't the case. When Kofi Kingston is asked about this, he first jokingly says that it's because of Big Show's chop, but then he explains that genetically his chest grew this way. His pectoral muscles are connected from the sides of the sternum, not the middle, which makes it look like he has a concave chest.
Well, that explains it. I don't know, because sometimes you can tear a pec. Like Scott Steiner's chest, I think he did tear a pec actually. His chest was looking kind of different. Chris Jericho's chest started to look caved in as well as he got older. Right now, Chris Jericho looks like he melted, but he's still good in the ring, but he still has that weird looking chest.
Chris Jericho, top 5, man. A lot of niggas be shitting on Jericho, bro. Jericho's nice, bro.
Of course. Who shits on Chris Jericho?
Who would be surprised, bro? And I'm like, yo, is Chris Jericho? I'm like, no. I'm like, he not in your top 10? Like, no. I'm like, oh man, that's wild, bro.
We're going to have a top 10 conversation. I just have to think. Like, there's certain wrestlers who I know, but then it's like this room to move people in, move people out. So we'll have a top 10 conversation, because clearly we're going to go back in the time machine, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
I mean, Chris Jericho was doing fucking acai moonsaults in the ring, like the lion salt.
He still does it.
Yeah, exactly. That shit's crazy, bro. Who else is doing that? I don't really see nobody doing shit like that.
Let's see. It's 2025. He has to be at least 54 years old at this point. He still does the lion
doing
salt.
That shit.
Yeah. Chris Jericho's the man, but speaking of people in their 50s who are still dope, Rey Mysterio, you couldn't even tell this man. You couldn't even tell. And I think he still flies around. He don't fly as much as he used to, but what he does, it works and it's believable. And I wish they could do this with more of the cruiserweights, but it's all good. But they had a good match. Rey won with a roll up, got the pin. Xavier Woods had got ejected at first from his outside the ring shenanigans, which he's so good at being obnoxious. But the referee threw him out. He sold it like a champ. But when this match ended, he came back in so they could beat down Rey Mysterio. Out comes the rest of the geeks in the LWO. Next thing you know, they're trying to pull them out the ring too and beat up on them. So this feud must continue, and I'm with it. I'm all for it. Do you think Big E is going to come back?
Yeah.
As a wrestler?
I don't know as a wrestler because I think he got injured to the point to where he's not supposed to wrestle no more. But I think he's gonna do something to continue the story with the New Day or something like that. Even if it's just kind of like he comes in during a certain match or something and kind of slap some sense into him, like, yo, y'all better than this bullshit that y'all doing right now. Let me manage y'all like I said I wanted to manage y'all, and let's become who we were again. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, because I'm interested on how he could get back in the picture. If there's no plans for him to get the surgery that he needs to get to recover and wrestle again, I mean, it's perfectly fine, but he's still young. Yeah. And there's still a lot that he can contribute to in the ring, but I mean, he has a personality to do other things, right? I would have been fine with the whole managerial thing, but they declined that in a great way to lead to where we are. I would assume that if the New Day were ever to turn back babyface, Big E would have something to do with it.
He would have to.
However, in the event they still want to be dastardly, who's to say that Big E can't come back and be just as dastardly and vicious as this New Day is? Either way, they're getting crazy heat, and I love it.
That would be super cool. That would be super cool, man.
New Day, they've done it all, so it's kind of like their act was getting stale. So I like the fact when they came out, they said, turn that music off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. So that also, that's planting the seed. They might have some new theme music coming up soon, too.
Hey, why not? New gear. I mean, he's wrestling in jeans and Jordan, so.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
I don't know how comfortable wrestling in Jordans are. Are they, when I wear them, at least when you're breaking them in, they don't feel so great around the ankles.
They said, I mean, shit, man, look at Jimmy and Jay. They wrestle in fucking Air Force Ones. That's probably the most uncomfortable shoe to be athletic in. Yeah. That's just a straight fashion shoe. You know what I'm saying? You wear those shits to look fashionable or whatever. So they're wrestling in the Air Force Ones. I can't imagine. I think, Jordans are at least a sports shoe. You know what I'm saying? People play basketball in them. So I think them shits might be decent. Finn
Balor wears some purple and white Jordans too, don't he?
Ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man. And I noticed that too, man. That's so funny. We was talking about, hip hop and wrestling culture kind of intertwining. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed a lot of wrestlers are wearing Jordans more. Mm-hmm. So that shit is cool too. I like it, man. Yeah. And they're wearing certain ones. They're wearing certain ones that they know that are that are gonna catch sneakerheads like myself, I. So that shit's super cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Hell, even Shane McMahon was wearing Jordans.
Yeah, he was. So Shane O'Mac.
Shane O'Mac. All right, now this I found to be a very, very interesting segment, especially
our WWE champion. Put some respect on his name. I don't told you, bro. This is the second episode. I tell you, put some respect on Kevin Noah's name, son.
Man, get your ass out of here, Jack Perry. So apparently, last week's pep talk between Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn, led to him coming out here and saying, "Yo, check it out. I don't necessarily need the title, the world championship, but damn sure I want it." Sami comes out and declares himself in the Rumble, and Kevin Owens comes out, which was a surprise. I was not expecting that. I knew eventually they were going to have to be face-to-face. We've talked about this. At some point, they're going to have a conversation. And I like the fact that when Kevin got in the ring, Sami was like, all right, how you want to do this?
And hats off to you, because you did call that, bro. You called that. You was like, yo, they were best friends. So eventually you said Kevin Owens is going to say something about that. So yeah, you called that, bro. And I was just surprised that it happened as fast as it did. But yeah, you was the one. So that's you on that one. You called that.
Yeah, I think what gave it away, I mean, obviously the circumstances between him and Cody, I predicted was going to happen. But once he called Sami Zayn by name on last week's SmackDown and referred to him as his then best friend, I knew something was going to happen eventually. And I still predict these two to wrestle at Mania, but not for the World Championship. I don't think Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble, although Kevin was like, I know you are going to win, and I got your back. So I thought, well, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, are they gonna let Sammy win, and then are they gonna let the other like people that are in the card like something weird happen? So
I don't know, because
they kind of changed my mind too. But they're fucking with us.
They are.
Yeah,
because Kevin could beat Cody Rhodes, right? He could beat him.
I still don't see
think
it.
it's happening? No.
If that shit happens, man, I will be super surprised. Yes, I don't think it's happening though.
But he could. And if he does, because that match will be before the Rumble, who's to say that? I mean, here's the way I see it going. If Sammy's not going to win, and Kevin Owens has something to do with it, that's one story. If Sami does not help Kevin, because you see he alluded to, hey, I'm sure y'all have my back when I need you. And Sami looked like, right? Yeah. Like the carrot being dangled in terms of us main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship sounded good to him.
Yeah.
And also knowing that Kevin's playing mind games saying, hey, I ain't mad at you. You forgave me for all the dastardly shit I did to you. So, okay, it makes sense. Your big heart, you're going to forgive Roman. And I'm like, oh, okay, Kevin, you out here playing. Hey, Sami, I'm going to need your help to get this title. And I know that you'll help me. It's like, I know that you're going to help me because I'm not going to whoop your ass right now.
So let me ask you this question. I'm about to fuck your head up real quick. So do you think, will Sami help him this Saturday at main event? Or if Kevin Owens loses at main event and declares himself to go into the Royal Rumble before Royal Rumble, like Sami will help him then?
Well, no. See, here's the thing. Now, so possibly Sami could be at Saturday night's main event. I don't know if he's going to have anything involved. Remember, they're just doing a contract signing. There's no match this Saturday. Their match is the next week, right? So Kevin's not going to wrestle Cody until the Rumble. They're just going to do the contract signing, right?
I thought they shut up. He's at the Royal Rumble, not Saturday Night Main Event. Yeah.
And I don't know if there's going to be any contract signing shenanigans, although there's never a contract signing without shenanigans. I don't think Sami's going to be involved in it.
I don't think so either.
If anything, I mean, they still got another episode. They got 2 more episodes of SmackDown, right? So at some point, I think Kevin's going to get his hands on the other title and then hold both of them up with the standover pose. And that's how we're going to go into the Rumble. Ladder match. I can't wait to see it. That shit's going to be crazy.
It is. I still say, quote me, I still say Randy's going to get involved somehow.
On whose side, though?
Owens.
You think Randy's going to get on Owens' side? Turn heel?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the inevitable RKO out of nowhere was going to hit Cody at some point anyway, just by the way that Randy be googly eyeing the title in those few backstage instances. But we'll see. I don't think Sami Zayn.
Or either he might help Cody. Like if there's some shenanigans involved, you know what I'm saying? He might help Cody out and help Cody win. And then might give his ass an RKO and say, all right, you next.
I definitely think the RKO is coming, but I don't know now because of just the way the Rumble's set up with Cena involved in it. And if Cena and Cody's going to happen, then everything else is going to take a back seat, right? See, that's the great problem.
That's the good thing about it. Like you said, it's a good problem. You don't know.
Problem.
You don't know. Cena and Cody, Randy and Cody, both of those would be good matches.
Right. Shit. Either way, the seeds of dissension have been planted. I think these two right here, Sami and Kevin at Mania, unless something else better is presented. But I think these two are, yeah. I mean,
and it's going to be an amazing match too.
As soon as you mentioned Randy Orton, I was like, oh, that's right. He still has to deal with Orton at some point, or maybe not. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird for Sami to turn heel now, but it'll be something fresh and new. I mean, they both been baby faces at the same time. Why not both be heels at the same time?
Yeah.
That brings up a bloodline problem. So if you recall, he was backstage talking to Seth, like, hey, thanks for, talking to me last week. That helped me out. And Seth was like, yeah, it's good to see you doing your thing and going to look out for you versus everybody else. But please understand that I will throw your ass over the top rope. And Sami was like, hey, not if I throw you over first. But when Sami went away, if you look in the background, who was standing there looking at Seth Rollins? Do you recall that part? Did you catch that part? And if
No.
No? All right, well, let's go play the clip, why don't we? Here's the moment when they're like threatening each other to throw each other out all over the top rope. All right, he's back to warming up. Now look right there.
Who's that?
That is Karrion Kross.
Oh wow!
So
how did I miss that?
I don't know. They do it so quick.
So who you think? You think he's working with Seth?
I don't know if he's necessarily working with Seth in terms of being in cahoots, but I think that either A, he's going to get in Sami's head or get in Seth's head, because he's a manipulator. Mm-hmm. And he was tied to, he was getting all excited last week when Miz was talking shit to Sami, which led Sami to go into the office and ask for a match with Miz. Like Karrion Kross, he gets off on that manipulation shit. And I think that's where we're going. He's going to maybe get into Sami's head, might get into Seth Rollins' head about the whole situation with the bloodline and Drew and all that stuff. Or he could be Seth's next opponent. Maybe they're going to give another attempt to boost Karrion Kross up, because when he first debuted, they threw him in there with Drew right away. But the shit didn't work out. It didn't work out, And he got a victory over Drew. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out. He ended up becoming a geek for a couple years. But who's to say that they won't give it another shot? Right now, Karrion Kross's character is a lot more interesting now.
It is. I like Karrion Kross, man.
Yeah, the potential is great. So putting him in there with Seth might be a good idea. Or again, he just might be someone that gets in Seth's head. I don't know, but I noticed it. And I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. And that's the weird thing about those backstage. Like when they're walking backstage, you have to pay attention to what's going on around. Because I remember last year before the Rhea shit, before Dom turned on Rhea, when Rhea got hurt, when she had to go away for a little bit, that showed
like in the background, like looking and stuff.
Well, no, in the background they showed Dom and Liv coming out the same room while someone else was cutting a promo. But I noticed it. I was like, oh, what's Dom doing coming out of the same room with Liv? And that's what led ultimately to the turn a few months later. But they plant those little seeds. When you see people in the background talking to each other or walking by, just pay attention. It's probably going to lead to something. Maybe not right away, but it's definitely a seed being planted. And I like that. I like that a lot. So,
me too.
Yeah. So, Karrion Kross may have something to do with all of this in terms of who's going to join the dark side. And again, maybe that will be more evident at the Rumble or after the Rumble. But if Seth ain't got nothing to do that involves the world title, maybe Karrion Kross is who they're going to try to push. I don't know. I'm with it though.
Somebody might get that that modified Taz mission, because don't Karrion Kross's move was kind of like the Taz mission, just a little bit.
Yeah, he had like a sleeper. Yeah.
I like it though. It's cool. I like Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
his
Karrion
intro
Kross
is fire too.
Oh yeah, his intro is fire, and the AOP, Authors of Pain, are dope. They don't do shit with them. I forget that they're in the tag team division because they're not going for no titles.
Active enough, yeah.
And they are dope. The Super Collider, their finish, I love that shit. But
yeah, they're like the Acolytes 2.0, man.
Bruh, like the AOP could be over. All they got to do is just come out and destroy people every week. The problem with WWE, at least on television, they don't do a lot of squash matches because people don't want to watch those. But when you're trying to build up a talent, you gotta have them come destroy somebody, some geeks, right? They can't all just beat up Tozawa. They got to beat up some other geeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quick 3-minute squash,
think-
throw people around, super collider, get the pin. And then 2 months later, AOP's been on a 5-match winning streak. Now they're the number 1 contenders against the War Raiders. The War Raiders versus AOP?
It's going to happen. Them versus the War Raiders. It's bound to happen.
You know I love me a damn mean guy match. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't wait to see Jacob and Braun. Just destruction. That's why I love Braun versus Bronson Reed. The mean guy match always works. It always works.
I think I'm going to like Jacob versus Braun more than so the Bronson versus Braun. You know I'm a big fan of Bronson, bro.
Nigga, what did my camera just do? All right, sorry.
Shut up,
Gold. Shut up, Gold. Shut up, Gold. Shut up, Gold. Shut up, Gold.
You shoot a video in between, like the interview.
Yo ass. Yeah, so AOP, War Raiders. Because think about the War Raiders, right? They beat the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day is going to get a rematch. They're going to have JD team up with Dom. I assume they're going to lose. And then what? Who's the other tag team on Raw?
Damn.
Why can I not think right now of the other tag team on Raw? Okay, New Day. But who else?
DIY's on SmackDown. The Motor City Machine Guns, they're on SmackDown.
Street Profits on SmackDown. A-Town Under.
They don't got nobody on Raw. You right, bro. Damn.
Right.
I'm in Raw to like get that together. Yeah.
This goes back to what I was saying last week about they don't need 2 sets of tag titles, just 1, and go between shows. But either way, they'll figure this problem out. Maybe they'll debut somebody. But right now, the fact that I cannot think of at least 2 more tag teams outside of New Day and Judgment Day and AOP is a problem.
Or maybe Ray Phoenix comes out of nowhere with Penta.
That's another one.
American Dream.
Okay, there's American Made, but we don't take them seriously yet. Although they did a promo saying that they're going to try to get the titles. I don't think they're going to beat the War Raiders, though.
No, hell no. They're not.
I think there'll be like a pullover, a bump in the road.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to believe what we talked about last week. Most likely the tag titles are going to be in some type of scramble, some type of 4-way. It's not going to be no 1-on-1. I'll tell you that. Excuse me, 2-on-2. You know what I mean. But I digress. You know, that's another
4-way or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You best believe the fucking LWO is going to be in it. The LWO.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the LWO. And that's a problem because I forgot about the LWO. Because right now, they're presented as geeks as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can barely remember their names. Cruz del Toro and Jacqueline.
We both ridiculous.
The tag team division is shit. It doesn't have to be. Like, everyone's crazy talented, but in terms of like its importance, bottom of the list.
It is bad.
Bottom of the list. But I digress. Let's not be negative. Let's go to a positive. Let's talk about my boo, Nia Jax, going against Bayley again. And Bayley announced that she's going to be a permanent member of the Raw roster now, which I'm fine with. I like people moving around, but what's the deal with Nia? She came in, she attacked Rhea, beat her ass in the back, and then she had a match. She's a SmackDown star, but she's having a match with Bayley, who's a new Raw star. And they had their match, you know, a TV match. Nia won with the Annihilator, which she said she did it very gingerly. And after watching the clip, she did do it kind of gingerly, which is why we're going to stop for a second. And we're about to play the clip of her doing the Annihilator to Lyra.
Lyra was
trying to get her.
Attention to Sami. Can't quite. Annihilator.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was good, right?
That shit she did with Bayley, no bueno.
That was soft and gingerly. She was trying her best not to pop a tit. That's all that was. But that was dope, right? So they had a TV match. It was good. I think the biggest highlight of the match was that Nia got a decisive win over the new Raw talent. But really, it was just to make way for Rhea to come out and they go crazy and go ballistic, having a little brawl, a little brouhaha, which is leading to them having a match at Saturday night's main event, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, Rhea came out. She's doing flips off the announce table. Like, they had a pull apart brawl, and they looked really heated. I don't know if I necessarily want to see this feud again, but what options does Rhea have at the moment right now? Unless they're going to pair her against Io or somebody different. But she'll have a little pullover feud with Nia. Liv is lurking in the back somewhere. Not sure what Liv is up to. But I think the Royal Rumble will speak volumes of what's next for Rhea. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think the winner of the Women's Rumble this year, I think they're going to go for Rhea's title, not Tiffy's title. But what do you think?
I believe so too, because Rhea was like, she had all that time off and she was injured, and so they know that she's gonna like put some seats in that fucking arena, like during WrestleMania, and like she's like one of the faces right now, like as far as the women's division, like
Rhea's hot. Rhea's on level 12 right now.
Yeah, so I'll be goddamn if they don't put her in the fucking main event in WrestleMania. Hell yeah, they're gonna go to Rhea.
Yeah, definitely gonna put the focus on who's gonna face Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we won't be disappointed.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
Who
do you think it's gonna be?
Against Rhea?
Yeah. You think Becky might come back?
I don't want to see Becky Rhea again.
I don't either.
I don't want to see
it again. It'll be exciting, like nobody's seen her in a while.
Yeah. She's been gone since last year. She's been gone for a minute. Mm-hmm. I would like to see Rhea against Io Sky.
That would be fire.
Yeah. I have not seen that. If the match has happened, I haven't seen it. And if it did happen, I don't remember it. It wasn't significant enough for me to say I don't want to see it. I would like to see Io versus Rhea. The problem is that they're both faces. And there's more money, at least when it comes to Mania, in a face versus heel dynamic. So who is a big enough heel outside of Liv Morgan and outside of Nia Jax to take on Rhea Ripley? Rhea Bloody Ripley. Because I don't know. We can look at the roster, but I don't know.
I think they say, what's your girl? Jordan. Is it Jordan Grace?
Jordan Grace. She'll be at the Rumble.
She just came for TNA, right? She just signed with WWE.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Her? Yeah.
Well, maybe she comes back in the Royal Rumble and win.
Jordan Grace?
Yeah.
Get
Maybe.
Jordans out of here, Jack Perry.
Maybe. I'm just trying to think crazy because it's like, who else? I really don't. I can't think of who do you think competitively, star-wise, would be a better match for like Rhea?
That's a hard one.
Nobody, bro.
It ain't gonna be nobody from the Pure Fusion Collective. We know that.
No, man. I like Zoe, and I told you I like Zoe, but I just
we'll talk about Zoe shortly because she did the most incredible missile springboard drop kick I've ever seen.
Look, and I thought about you. That's so funny. I thought about you when she did that shit. I was like, yo, BS said she had a mean ass springboard drop kick, and she did it, bro. She heard you, bro.
That shit was we're gonna look at that clip too.
Heard you.
Yeah, but it's here's the way I see it, and I know I mentioned that they'll probably put the focus on the Rumble winner going after Rhea. I think if it's a bad guy or a heel, they're gonna go after Rhea. But if a face wins the Rumble, they'll go after Tiffy. And that's what would make sense for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we got a couple weeks, man. Like I said, the Rumble's coming up. Elimination Chamber in March. Like, they got a lot of time to like do some outlandish shit, man. I don't want to see no motherfucking. After Saturday night's main event, I do not want to see Nia Jax versus Rhea no more until a fucking year or so.
Yeah, like let's not do this for at least another year, 2 years if we can.
Bayley versus Rhea. I don't want to see that shit either.
I don't remember Bayley versus Rhea. Only because when Damage Control was wrecking shit, Judgment Day was wrecking shit, and they were both heel groups. Mm-hmm. And I don't recall a Bayley Rhea, at least not in the last year or 2 years. If this happens, someone can say in the comments. I don't remember, therefore it was not to me, it wasn't that significant. So Bayley, Rhea, and keep in mind that Bayley and Nia and Rhea are in some type of triangle because they were all in the ring last week, right? This week, they're all three in the same place. Nia beating Bayley, Rhea coming out to get her one up on, get her lick back on Nia. So maybe that's a three-way feud forming. Keep in mind, another thing I didn't mention, Bayley is back on Raw with Damage Control.
Damage Control ain't fucking with her.
They were Bayley and Io were just in the War Games together.
But I don't think that means anything. Like they flaked on her, bro. I don't think Rhea going. I don't think Bayley going back to that.
You don't think so?
They legit hurt her fucking feelings.
But they teamed together.
You know some shit, man. When she go and figure out how to tell you in a different language that you fucked me over.
I don't know. You know, in wrestling,
you're gonna learn Japanese, and it's like, yo, she said you fucked me over in Japanese. You didn't think I was listening to you? You didn't think I understood?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's happening.
You don't think that's happening?
But you're right. If I had to guess, her, Io, and Rhea, that'll be a good ass fucking three-way.
Yeah, that would be entertaining. I'll be cool with that.
Me too.
Another nice problem to have, I guess, with the women's division. But
I know
the Rumble will say it all, I guess. But yeah, this is a little pullover feud until then, at least till Elimination Chamber, right? But still a good segment, a lot of heat. Again, Rhea's over, Nia's over because she gets genuine boos for just being a great heel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, so then we had Penta's second match, and this time he went against another vet, Pete Dunne, who does not get the appreciation that he deserves. But yeah, Penta had a good TV match with Pete Dunne. You know, they did the shine, the heat, the comeback, and the finish. He hit the Mexican Destroyer, they call it. He hit the arm breaker. They call that what? I forgot what he called it. The sacrifice. They gave that a name.
Yeah.
And then they gave his Penta driver, which is also known as the Made in Japan, but they call it the Penta driver. I'm cool with that. He's over. Charisma. It's crazy. Fans like him. Entrance. New music is all dope. I'm with it. What did you think about Penta's second match? Are you a fan? Or are you still observing? Are you
still
a fan yet? You're a fan?
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan. And I actually put it on my IG story, like when he was coming out. Like I wanted to let people know, like, yo, I'm a fan of this shit. This is why I'll watch it, you know. And not knowing who Penta was until you put me on to him, and then watching his first match last Monday and was excited about it. And then I was excited about seeing it this time too. And he came through, bro. Like I love his modified. Yo, man, people don't shout out Taka Michinoku, man. Taka Michinoku was so fire, bro. And his what Made in Japan, it's kind of like a modified Michinoku driver.
It's kind of like from the side. He pulls you up and he curls you over. It looks dangerous every time he does it, but it's so clean. But
why do you think? I'm sorry, quick segue. But why do you think Taka Michinoku's a Hall of Famer yet?
He didn't do much.
You think he didn't have enough time, like in the WWE?
Not like he did in Japan. Like his Japan career, supersedes his WWE. His time in WWE was kind of short, right? He came in, they tried to build a cruiserweight division around
European
him.
champion. Yeah, he was a cruiserweight champion.
Then they had him in Kaintai. And that was it. Indeed. That was every week. Him and Funaki, yeah. So they made a mockery out of him.
Yeah, that sucks though.
Because Vince doesn't know what to do.
He was nice, bro.
He was nice, but the cruiserweight division does not get treated properly. They don't treat it like it's competitive. Here's your one match on the show. What is that one match going to do? They tried to do a show all about the cruiserweights. They had the fucking purple ropes and all that shit. 205 live.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Nobody watched.
WCW respected the cruiserweights more than WWE. I will say that.
Way better. It meant something. But if they want to do a cruiserweight or a lightweight division, don't even call it cruiserweight. Just call it light heavyweight. Do that.
I agree. Yeah.
But
Fucking ridiculous.
It is what it is. Tying back to Chad Gable, right? He's thinking about that loss. He went to Dom for advice. Dom didn't say he was going to do it. He said, "I know someone you can talk to." Who the hell is he talking about, you think?
Ooh.
Who is Chad Gable going to recruit to learn how to deal with Penta? And they're mentioning luchadors, right?
Yeah.
WWE is not known for luchadors, so who are they going to go find?
I won't say Dragon Lee because he's a face.
If Dragon Lee's a face, he's cold right
They're
now.
kind of like, I don't know if you've been seeing like kind of like people like talking shit, but they're kind of like making it seem like Penta replacing Dragon Lee. But I'm like, wait, hold up, slow down, man. Like there's plenty of story to go around. You know what I'm saying? Like don't think too fast. Damn. Somebody that Dom would know.
I mean, Penta just showed up, and he's 10 times more over than Dragon Lee.
I know. It's crazy. It'd be like that sometimes.
I can't think of someone who's
maybe Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee just like, you know what? Like
that Dom would recommend.
No. Thinking of that aspect, no.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody. I guess it's good to have a surprise.
Going back to what I said, they have stuff that make us want to watch it next week, man. So we're going to fucking watch it just to see who that is next week.
You know, WWE in the past is known for odd pairings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about it last night. I was like, what random 6-man tag is Penta going to end up in? Who is he going to team with? Like he needs to stand alone pretty much until his brother gets there. Just do his own thing. Don't put this man in the LWO. Don't put him with Legado del Fantasma, or I probably said that incorrectly. Let this man just stand alone until he builds himself up to some type of Braun Breaker or something.
Ooh, well, maybe him. Boy, the leader of Del Fantasma.
Oh, Santos Escobar.
Yes, Santos. Yes. So maybe Santos versus Penta. That'll be a good ass match.
That'll be good.
Santos is a sleeper, yo.
Santos is underrated.
Hell yes. Hell yeah.
So yeah, Penta beat Pete Dunne. They had a good match. Pete Dunne's dope. Penta's dope. So that's 2 victories. You know, at some point, I guess they're going to let him cool off for a little bit, make some room for somebody else to be on TV. But hey, ride the wave.
Santos Escobar next week. We'll see.
Santos Escobar? Okay.
That's my guess.
That's your guess? Hey, that's not a bad guess because I can't think of anybody else. So we'll work with that. Yeah. All right. So then CM Punk came out and did an amazing promo to hype up Royal Rumble. He said, a couple things that stood out. First one, again, he said that John Cena can't see him. Or he said, I can't see John Cena winning.
He was talking a lot of shit.
He said, Sami Zayn's not on my level.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went straight into the 80s and said he'll throw over Hulk Hogan, throw his dusty ass over the top rope, and kill Hulkamania for good. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that I popped at when he said, I'm going to kill. Because every heel that went against Hogan said, I'm going to kill Hulkamania. So that was a total throwback. And fuck Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
So I thought that was a pretty good promo. I'm hyped. Again, I don't know if Punk's going to win. He should. Listen, if they want to have the perfect fairy tale story, it will be he wins the Rumble, challenges for a title, and wins it. But I don't know if that's going to happen because John Cena is on his farewell tour.
I think it is. Is going to happen. And the reason why I say that, man, because he wasn't in the main event last year because of injury, and he's getting older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And John Cena versus CM Punk. CM Punk is actually in the business. John Cena is kind of like partially in the business. You know, he's shooting fucking movies.
Yeah, with the exception of this year.
Yeah, not saying that he doesn't care about wrestling, but you know, it's like, who are you going to invest into more? Somebody who's actually in the business, or somebody that's kind of like doing like a quick run through?
I don't know, because I throw all that shit out the window when Rock shows up. So when Rock shows up, you know, if he says he wants to be the 31st entrant in the Rumble, I'll be like, all right, Rock, go ahead. It's going to be entertaining as hell.
Well, Rock versus Cena, bro. I mean, The Rock is different. The Rock and Cena is like night and day.
It is. In movies.
Cena's cool. You know, we love Cena. Cena, he's a superstar too, but The Rock, nah, bro. Like, Cena, you can be like, yo, let's try this. The Rock, be like, whatever, we do whatever you want to do. But Cena, how about we try this?
Nah,
The
Rock was the one who says, how about we try this? The Rock's the one who said, hey, let's cancel who won the Royal Rumble.
I know, but
let me take the spot from them.
But that's what I was trying to say. I was like, they would ask Cena, let's try this. But with The Rock, they will say, all right, whatever you want to do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Gotcha,
Cena be like, well, Cena, well, let's try this. The Rock, oh, okay, let's do that.
Whatever you say, boss. Whatever you say.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So CM Punk did a great job hyping. He's old school. He's very old school.
He is. I love it.
He's about getting seats, those tickets sold, right? So this is like the biggest Royal Rumble they've done in a long time. So he's definitely hyping it up, and he called out all of the biggest names. He called every single one of them out. But again, what stood out to me was Sami Zayn's not on my level. So what is that going to lead to? Because that was a shot. He said, I've already beat Seth. I've already beat Drew. Sammy's not on my level. Like, he said that passingly, like, fuck out of here.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
I would love.
Like, what if that's... Sorry, my bad, Gold. But what if that is what makes Sami go over the edge and be like, oh, I'm not on your level, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
End up being like him, Sami, Roman, and LA Knight, the last four.
It would not surprise me if Sami jumps straight on CM Punk when he gets into the ring. Like, if Sami does not address this, it's kind of like a diss track. If you don't respond, drop. If you don't drop nothing, you better do something in that Rumble when y'all face to face. Man, this Rumble's gonna be heated, bro.
It is, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
So yeah, good job with CM Punk. We got 2 more weeks, 2 more episodes of Raw until the Rumble, so we'll see. All right, so then we had the Pure Fusion Collective. I'm trying to show them some respect.
Once again, wearing the jeans with the wrestling boots.
Jeans with the wrestling boots. Their music is atrocious, but it's very heel. It's very bad guy music. If I was listening to their theme, you know, they didn't really have an entrance, so I was like, yeah, this theme is horrible. I love it. It works perfectly for them. But they had a fun match with Dakota and Io and Dakota against Pure Fusion Collective, Shayna and Zoe Stark. But Zoe Stark hit this damn missile drop kick on Dakota Kai. First of all, it was beautiful. So first I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh shit, is Dakota hurt? Did she get knocked for a loop? So how about we check out that clip real quick? Miss it. Oh my God. Now, I don't think that hit her in the face, but it looked like it would have knocked the wind out of you the way that shit landed, bro. Yeah, that shit was dope. Zoe is a crazy athlete. Her finishing move and that damn missile drop kick, like, she's really, really natural, and they could push her if they wanted to. But, you know, there's not, you know, the top is the top, and you just got to work your way up, right? So good to see him on TV, still feuding with Damage Control. I'm sure she'll show out in the Rumble. But that missile drop kick is a highlight. That should go in our highlight reel forever. That was dope. And Dakota seemed to be okay because she finished the match. She finished the match, right? But you know, most wrestlers don't let you know when they're concussed or.
No, they don't. They keep going.
Yeah, getting the wind knocked out of you is some real shit, and it's hard to recover. But these are premier athletes, right? So.
But they will talk some shit after the match is over with, like, yo, damn, motherfucker, the fuck?
Right. In the back, it's like, damn, because you have came at me with less momentum, please. But yeah, Io showed out. You know, she went off, did her thing, got the win for Damage Control. So here we are. Again, Io might be in the title contention again sometime soon. I would love to see her and Rhea, but I don't know about this year. EO in the WrestleMania Women's Main Event 2 years in a row, I'll be fine with it as long as it's a different opponent, right?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so then we get to the main event, Seth and Drew McIntyre. This match was dope. It was a really, really good match. And I did not expect Seth to win, but he did.
I did, man, because he kind of he got his ass beat last time, at that WrestleMania match. So I was like, oh no, I didn't see Seth losing this time. Seth was gonna like come all out and show his ass, bro, and get that dub. So shout out to Seth, man, freaking Rollins.
Yeah, so it was a good match. They were telling the story of Seth working on Drew's shoulder. There was a few moments where Seth was like, when they, sometimes they put the mic up the wrestlers, or they turn on the mic so you can hear them talking in the ring, and he was like, oh, you're gonna question my integrity? Right? Mm-hmm. So Seth, I was like, Seth, you're being a little heelish right now. Mm-hmm. You're being a little careless. You need to focus on your opponent, not talking shit. But he got the victory, and with a roll up. So typically, when there's that fluke, that finish that feels like a fluke versus it being decisive, Drew got up immediately and started whooping Seth Rollins' ass. Mm-hmm. Right? Whooping his ass, hit him with a Claymore kick out of nowhere. Like, didn't even run to do it. And I was telling Nick, I was like, yo, he did that shit like impressive. He did like a super kick. Why even set it up and do the 1, 2, 3 or whatever? Just hit that shit out of nowhere.
Look, he just said, boom.
Right. First of all, Drew McIntyre is an amazing athlete. But you know what? Let's look at that shit real quick. Hold on. Right? So Seth's fighting back, throwing some blows, and just all of a sudden pushing back. Boom! Just like that. Out of nowhere. Sweet chin music in the form of a Claymore kick. Mm-hmm. Why not just do that shit all the damn time? Like, especially...
Exactly.
Just do that all the time. You don't need to go in the corner and wait for the motherfucker to get up and 3, 2, 1. Like, that's some face shit anyway. No, hit that goddamn kick out of nowhere. You don't see me coming. You don't see all 6'4" of me and my feet coming towards your face. I like that.
He might add it to the repertoire, bro. Like, just like and it might be called the instant Claymore, like
the instant Claymore. Hey, I'm with it. But yeah, that was good. That was good. So, all right. So Sami comes out, try to break up the post-match beatdown. Try to get even the odds a little bit. So he's beating up on Drew. Clearly, he still has beef with Drew, right? So it made sense for him to come out. But then he accidentally does the haluva kick in the corner and hits Seth inadvertently. Or was it? I know it was inadvertently, but Seth ain't gonna believe that. Don't let it happen again. So
maybe that's how Karrion's gonna get in his head. In Seth's head.
Okay, so there you go, Gold. There you go. So this is where it goes next. Karrion gets in Seth's head, or does he get into Sami's head and says, you wanted to kick him?
I will lean more towards Seth's head.
Saying he kicked you on purpose?
Yeah, he's already feeling like the victim. He already got to deal with CM Punk bullshit. He just lost to CM Punk. He won the Drew McIntyre, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, damn, was Sami upset about your victory against Drew because he couldn't beat him? That's why he kicked you?
There's going to be some instigation going on next week. That's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking. But it was a great way to end the show. And they usually end on cliffhangers like this, right? So this is not the first time that Sami's accidentally kicked somebody in the face. He did this shit to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Do you think I'm Roman? You don't trust me like you don't trust Roman?
Right. And keep in mind, he's in cahoots with Roman. Mm-hmm. He's in cahoots with Kevin Owens, who's the real champion according to him. So, it was interesting.
Man, I told you about that. We don't talk about this. Kevin Owens is the champion, bro. Stop disrespecting Kevin Owens, sir.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
No, sir. No, sir. But that might be a reality come the Royal Rumble. We'll find out. Like I said, I could see
Kevin Owens is the champ.
Kevin Owens as a champ. You don't listen at this point. It's not as obvious as it once used to be. A lot.
Anything is possible. In my Kevin Garnett voice. Anything is possible.
But yeah, that was a good episode of Raw.
Right now, you're checking out the SOP.
Hip hop and wrestling.